And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. Welcome aboard. Today we are back in Honolulu, and we're going to be heading over to Kona today. So I'm going to say this is probably the last, no, the second or third, probably last flight here in Hawaii, before we kind of move down to South America, and we'll start exploring down there. But let's just get into the flight deck real quick, and let's continue things from there. Alrighty, so first and foremost, before we keep going, I probably sound a lot different quality from what I normally sound like, and that's mainly because I've switched to a headset. I was using a Blue Yeti before, and I don't know, just having a headset kind of makes things a little easier. I can get in closer to the monitor, and I'm just a little more hands-free, and things are a little better here in my workspace. All right, so we already have our flight plan in. We have finished our checks right up to flight preparation. We have our course and heading set. Actually, let's get our altitude in, which we didn't check. While we're here, I actually kind of forgot to to mention cruising altitude today, which is 19,000 feet, and our flight time. We're looking at 48 minutes and an hour and 16 from gate to gate, according to SimBrief. All right, so let's get our altitude in. I'm gonna go up to 19,000 feet. Whoops. And yeah, so weather-wise, I'm assuming things are pretty good. I haven't really actually checked the weather yet. But let's take a look at that now. I'm gonna go to good old windy.com. As usual, and I'm gonna put in PHNL here. Yeah, things are looking good here in Hawaii. Not too much in the way of rain. Let's do this again. Yeah, so right now here in Honolulu, we're looking at winds out of 050, 7 knots. Visibility is 10 miles. Clouds 2,500 feet, scattered at 3,300. It's a warm and balmy 28 degrees. And if we take a look at Kona International, very similar down there. Winds out of 280, 3 knots. Visibility is 10 miles. Clouds 1,600 feet. Temperature 27 degrees C, blah, 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 blah. It's a great day everywhere in Hawaii right now. All right, so we have our altimeter set. Altimeter set, our altitude is set, and I'm just kind of going by a checklist here they got off of flightsim.to. I think we are pretty much ready for startup now. What we will do before we do that, though, always forget where to go for this. We will go one of these buttons down here. Nope. I need to just write down the correct ones. It's not one of these, it's one of these guys up here. And it's not. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna confirm our takeoff data. And we just gotta set our trim. And we can confirm our trim here at the performance page. No, payload page. Trim is 1.9 up. We're actually not too heavy today. We are actually, for most of our flights, because we've been flying fairly short distances, we're normally about half capacity. and we're not really carrying a whole ton of fuel. So if I'm going to take a wild guess, our takeoff is going to probably be what, 105? Yeah, it's pretty much what it normally is every single time, because our load's pretty much always the same. Yeah, so we will go ahead and get these engines started. Let's see. So according to this checklist, wing light is on. All right, let's double check here. Service door is closed and prop brake is already on. So we'll go and get fuel pump 2. Is this guy here? Switched on. Engine start switch. Start A or B. I'll put it on A. And we'll do engine start for engine 2. Right here. See, our NH is rising. We'll apply fuel.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
What we didn't do is turn the beacon on, though. Well, I guess we don't technically have to, because according to this, we're not really starting the engine per se. So I think that's why it's not in this checklist. All right, the engine start looks good though. All right, and everything is stabilized, so we will set the glider off. All right, and then at this point, we shouldn't need external power because we have, our DC gens are off. Sort of annoying. I'm pretty sure I turned those on before. Alright, DC gens are on. I guess I didn't. Technically now, we should be able to switch off our external power. Awesome. Cool. And yeah, good. So the DC Gen 2 fault lights extinguished, which is good to go. So let's look at our before propeller rotation checklist. Ground power tail chocks, ground power wheel chocks and tail prop should be removed now, which we are doing. Takeoff data is already set and confirmed. Our trim is already set. Now we can go ahead and switch the old beacon on. All right. Now you can switch off the prop brake. So we don't need it anymore. And this is normally where things get weird. Let's see if the propeller's actually spinning. So let's look here. It's not, just as I figured. It says condition level should go to auto. Does that make a difference? I don't know. Oops. Ah, shoot. That's my fault. I switched it off by mistake. Let's see now. Ah, okay. Okay. Alright, I did not realize that. Okay. That's what I was doing wrong all this time. I was supposed to set the prop to auto afterwards. Got you. Alright, well, Actually a bunch of stuff that I've learned since the last flight, so I'm just kind of putting this stuff into action. But yeah, that engine is now started. So we'll go ahead and do engine 1 now. So we'll go back up top. We'll go to start A. Fuel pump 1 can now come on, and we will hit engine start 1. I'm pretty sure at this point we should have closed up all our doors and everything, which I'm going to do. And we'll apply fuel. And we will wait for this engine to stabilize. Once it does, we'll go ahead and slap that guy into order as well. All right. And it is stabilized, so we're going to go and switch this guy off. All right, so let's finish off the last couple checks here. Probe heat should be on. This is here. Anti-icing is required. Anti-skid test. Perform. Actually, not 100% sure where that is. If anybody knows, just let me know in the comments. Nose wheel steering, that's on already. Flaps, we'll set that to 15. Transponder, we're not really going to worry about as usual because we're not flying. Not flying in VATSIM right now. It's not to worry about the transponder. Flight guidance, check, looks good. Wing light, you could actually switch that off now. Steer. All right, and engine start checklist is, sorry, this is the before taxi checklist. That is complete. All right, so we're pretty much ready to go. Nice, plane just took off in the distance. All right, so ATIS information we've already gotten. Altimeters are already, oh, that's the wrong one. Taxi and takeoff lights. Let's get this guy on. Boom. And we'll release the parking brake. Actually bring this guy up to auto. Parking brake we can release, and gust lock off as well. All right. So we're going to be heading to runway 4 left. Just trying to bring up the map here, just so I know I'm going here in Honolulu. Airport info, let's see. Just going to double check really quickly. And it is not showing me where I am because I think my Navigraph Simlink is running. So just gonna pull that guy up real quick. All right, so let's just go ahead and just follow the signs. To be honest, I think we're right in front of 4 left. So I actually brought my I brought my what do you call it? I'm trying to remember the name of it. What do you guys call that thing that allows you to track your head movements? Track IR. There you go. Yeah, I made track IR with me. I actually want to get it set back up and test it. I was using it before and I wasn't getting the best. I wasn't getting the best tracking with it. And I think it's just because of where I had it. So I think now that I'm actually using like a mobile setup, I'm gonna have a little laptop. I have a little laptop here. I think that'll make things a little better. Be actually closer to the computer, and that should help a lot. Like looking around with the thumbstick isn't bad at all, but it is a little like it just feel a little more natural, a little more smoother if we could have track IR and have it working properly. But who knows? I said I haven't used that in so long now, but it'll be good to have it up and running, you know. All right, so we're making our way down to runway 4 left. All right, so this is 4 right, so I think I overshot things a little bit. So I'm gonna have to track down here a little bit. To get back to 4 left, and then we'll be good to go. Let's make sure my WhatsApp is muted. Absolutely beautiful day here. And I can't wait to get off the ground and get this flight started. I actually haven't flown in a little while. It's probably been about a week. And I really just want to get some content done. So, all right, let's do our before takeoff checklist. Takeoff briefing is complete. Flight controls. Everything is free and clear. Everything feels good. Transponders, so not worrying about that. Weather radar. I need to switch to the map view. Let's do what? What is it? Yeah, I want to go to this guy. Now, we're gonna have a bit of a weird departure because our flight plan kind of has us kind of going out to this manual point. So when we take off, I'll just set a we're just gonna hit direct once again the air go direct Palais. But for now we just need to take off and get to where we need to go. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure the weather radar is on now. Once again, it's one of the things I finally figured out how to do. And amongst other things. All right, so cabin crew, we are ready for takeoff. And I believe this guy up here, maybe? There we go. All right. We are good to go, folks. Landing lights on. Strobe lights can come on as well. And yeah, let's get out of here. As I said, we're looking for 105. There you go. Give it a little bit of forward pressure. Ready for takeoff. Rotates.
Airborne time logged.
Gear up. Just gonna get our nose down just a little bit. Let's just enjoy the view. Awesome. All right. All right, so just getting our autopilot on. So I just need to free up my hands a bit. Go to climb power. And what we'll do is we'll hit DTO and we'll go direct Pele, execute, and then we should start our turn. Oh my god, let's get a look at this looks amazing. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let's get a view from outside. Awesome. All right. Got our flaps down a little bit, but let's do our after takeoff checklist. Positive rate of climb, gear up, autopilot's engaged. We can go ahead and engage our yaw damper as well. It's already engaged. Taxi takeoff lights can come off. And once we hit 18,000 feet, altimeter is set to standard. I'm gonna make sure our landing lights are off past 10,000. And then we can switch off our seat belts and device lights as well. However, we have to make sure that we keep those on, keep the no device sign on at all times. Now, also going to set our speed to about 160 knots for climb. Absolutely amazing. What a beautiful departure. All right. So just in anticipation of our arrival, we are going to be looking at or we're expecting, according to SimBrief, runway 35. So yeah, runway 35 should be a VNAV approach, so it should be pretty straightforward. No chance for me to mess up the an ILS approach like what I've been doing all this time, which is probably for the best. But let's just take a quick look at where we're going to be heading today. So we're going to be going to Kailua, Kona, Hawaii. Let's take a quick look at that. So Kailua, Kona is a town on the west coast of Hawaii Island, the Big Island. And Hulihi Palace is a former royal vacation home dating from 1838. So Mokuai Kua, I don't know how to pronounce that, Mokuai Kaua Church from 1800s is Hawaii's oldest Christian church. And on Kailua Bay, reconstructed thatch houses at Kamakahuna National Historic Landmark, King Kamehameha I's residence. This colorful coral, which lies off of the Kamakahonu Beach, and Kailua Pier has boat moorings. So actually curious to see if we're going to get a little bit of a beautiful looking arrival when we come in. Hopefully we shall see. So our approach is going to have us pretty much coming off of, we're going to be kind of approaching the airport from the north, and then we're going to be making a turn and heading back south again. Sorry, we're going to be coming from the north. We're going to be turning back north to head towards the runway, and we're going to be landing on runway 35. So that's pretty much north. Nice long runway there, 11,000 feet. So I don't think we need to worry too much about. We don't need to worry too much about using our reverses. We'll just kind of land and let inertia do its thing. Landing lights and come on since we've crossed 10,000. Just gonna look up about here a little more. All right. So, Kailua Kona is an unincorporated community and census-designated place in Hawaii County. It's also known as Kailua, a name it shares with a community on the windward side of Oahu, as Kona, a name it shares with the district to which it belongs, and as Kona Town. So Kailua Kona is the second largest settlement on the island of Hawaii, and the largest on the island's west side, where it is the center of commerce and the tourist industry. Kailua Kona is served by Kona International Airport, which is where we're heading now. Just to the north of the adjacent CDP of Kalawa. Population was 19,713 at the 2020 census, up from 11,975 at the 2010 census. And if you guys are wondering where I get this information from, most times I'm just pulling it up from Wikipedia. So you know Wikipedia is not 100% accurate, but this is sort of, I guess it should be all right. Wow, beautiful. All right. So let's see if we can find any other interesting information here. So Kailua Kona is the host of the annual Ironman World Championship Triathlon, the annual Kona Coffee Festival, and the Hawaiian International Billfish Tournament. So Kona coffee is the variety of coffee Arabica cultivated on the slopes of Hualalai and Mauna Loa in the North and South Kona districts. Kona Historical Society manages two coffee-related historical sites, the Kona Coffee Living History Farm and the H.N. Greenwell Store Museum just south of Kailua Kona. Ali'i Drive, Kailua's oceanfront downtown street, starts at Kailua Kona Pier. and it's also been given the designation as a Hawaii scenic byway called the Royal Footsteps along the Kona coast. This byway features archaeological sites that have survived for hundreds of years. And north of the pier is the Kamakahonu Royal Residence and Ahuena Heiau, and the nearby now stands the King Kamehameha's Kona Beach Hotel. Another royal residence is Hulihi Place, used by members of the Hawaiian royal family until 1914. The historic Kona Inn and other shops are on the street. Churches on the drive include, I actually mentioned this before, but there's Mokua Kaiua Church, Hawaii's first Christian church, built in 1820, and St. Michael the Archangel Catholic Church and Living Stones Church, a historical structure built after Mokuai Kaua and used as a Christian missionary landing location in the 1800s to 1900s. So parks include Laloa Bay, also known as Magic Sands or White Sands Beach, and Kahulu's Bay, popular snorkeling location. So they have boat tours there that allow tourists to swim with dolphins, watch whales, and fish in the ocean. And the fish in the ocean usually depart from Honokohau Harbor. That's just a few interesting facts there. We're just going to continue making our way over. As I said, this is a 48-minute flight, so I can imagine that we'll probably be starting our descent once again next 15-20 minutes. All of these flights here that I've been doing in Hawaii, that's pretty much about how long it takes, and mainly that's been based on kind of how far I'm looking to fly. I'm basically using On Air to choose the highest paying jobs, and most of the highest paying jobs end up being about like in a 1 hour flight, give or take. So yeah, that's about it, folks. I'm just gonna go get myself all prepared for our approach, and I will be back soon. All right, this is your boy FlyIslandGuy. See you in a bit. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've started our descent towards Kona International. You look right over the tip of the nose. Actually, see if we have any other views. We don't. Anyway, right over the tip of the nose there is the airport. So we're just gonna cross over and then head out to start our approach. Now I am a little early on coming on, so I'm gonna have to leave and then come back. But before I go, what I'll do is I'll just explain our approach for today. Alright, so as I mentioned before, we'll be doing the RNAV Runway 35 approach into Kona International. So we're actually heading towards this Ujgam waypoint now. I think we've actually kind of started the turn towards it. Yeah, Ujgam. So we're heading towards here now, and we're descending to what will be 1,700 feet, which is going to be the altitude we should be at by the time we hit our final approach fix. Very simple approach. We're going to be coming from sort of, well, we've crossed the airport actually. My pointer isn't working for some reason for Navigraph, but pretty much what we're doing is we've come this way. We're coming over the airport, and now we're sort of heading back out this way towards Ujgam. Then we're going to do kind of a left base to come back towards the airport and to head straight in for a landing on runway 35. Overall, it's been a pretty good flight. It was a little bit of chop, a little bit of bump on the way in, but nothing too crazy. And as I mentioned before, the weather is pretty good, so not expecting too much when we're coming into land. The way of turbulence, weather is amazing. Honestly, it's some people may think that, you know, I've just kind of set the weather presets to you know, clear skies or whatever, but no, it's just the weather here in Hawaii has been very amazing. So this is going to be on my list of possible places for my honeymoon, but we'll see what happens. Like my fiance and I have actually been talking about maybe going to Greece. Greece would be a cool one too, cool place to check out. So I told her that if we do that, I'd love to go and check out Skiathos, the famous airport there. But probably not going to happen. She's not av geek like me. So, but Greece does sound pretty amazing. So I'm just excited to go somewhere different. Excited for the wedding. Wedding is just under a year now. Lots of preparations for that. But you know, it's all good. All right, folks, we're slowly making our way down there, descending at about 1,000 feet per minute, and heading out to that Ujgam waypoint. So I'll come back when we are closer to landing. But what I will do is just check. Let's do our quick checklist, our descent checklist here. QNH, we've set the local altimeter. Pressurization is good. Landing lights, we haven't crossed 10,000 feet yet, so we're not going to put those on. But when we do, we're going to do our landing lights, seatbelts, and no device signs. The anti-icing as well, make sure that's good. Of course, anti-icing is not going to be a thing here because, well, it's almost 30 degrees C, so it's super warm. But yeah, that is about it as far as our before top of descent checklist. We kind of went through that already. I've checked our landing elevation, got our comm set. We've actually set, oh, that's another thing. We haven't actually done this. So one of the things that I was kind of wondering about is how people were getting the minimums call out. So we'll actually do that now. So right down here, and most of you probably already know this, but this is new to me because, well, I'm still learning this aircraft. Come down here, we have decision height, minimum decision altitude, setting. So here for Kona International, our decision altitude is 366 feet. So what we'll do is we'll switch it over to there. Oh, should get it over. All right, so switch over to decision altitude. And we're going to go ahead and set it, which we could do 370 feet, which is fine. And from what I heard, this is flashing because we don't have it set to decision altitude over on the co-pilot side. So I think if we set it there. There we go, stops flashing, and we are good to go. So, I think we are just about all set, and we're hitting 10,000 feet now, so I'm just going to turn the landing lights on in preparation. And when I come back, we'll be kind of coming into the last part of our approach. Okay, so I'll see you guys shortly, and Let's hope you can get this baby down in one piece, all right? All right, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start our base turn on to final. This actual approach here kind of reminds me a lot of when you're flying into Montego Bay. Sort of looks very similar. It's sort of doing like a left base in Montego Bay to get towards the runway. We are going to pull up our approach checklist, localizer frequency, and ILS low course. Mark that as checked because we're doing a RNAV approach today. We're going to arm the approach mode soon. Outside of that, so landing lights on, seatbelts, and no device signs. Whoops. These guys on. They are on and checked. Cabin pressure check, anti-icing check as required. And what we'll do as well is we'll arm approach mode. At least it should have armed. Didn't really do anything. But it's all good. We are actually clear. Runway is straight ahead. We'll start getting set up for landing. Drop our first notch of flaps. Let the aircraft slow down. Just take a view on the right side of the plane just to see what's happening over here. Looking good. Looks like aircraft might be landing or something. I see some lights out there. Do second notch of flaps, so lose a little more speed. I think our approach speed today is supposed to be 97 knots, which is actually really, really slow. Once you cross this last waypoint, we'll go ahead and go gear down, full flaps, and probably just hand fly this approach. Okay, we'll go gear down. All right. Full flaps as well. Landing checklist. Let's advise the cabin crew. We're about to land. Landing gear is down. Power management set and checked. Watching our speed here. Yeah, speed dropped way too low just now. But we are all good to go, folks. we go. The proper view for landing. It's like a golf course right there off to our right. I should probably focus on the landing.
Wind 260 at 7 knots.
Check.
Minimum.
Continue.
Minimum. Minimum.
It started off pretty high, but we're good now. A little low. Let's give it a little more power to get a threshold.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Landing time log.
There we go. Ah, get off the screen. SimLink is trying to play hate. It's okay though. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kona International. It's the actual name of the airport. Alright, we can come off kind of around here. Actual name of the airport is Kailua Kona. There we go. Alright, and this is a freeway scenery. And it looks absolutely amazing. Apparently as well, the scenery was redone by Asobo. I think they had like a world update for Hawaii. I haven't pulled it down, so I don't have it. Now we're off the runway. Landing lights can come off. Flaps up. And we're just gonna come in here. Find a place to park. This has been an absolutely beautiful flight. Absolutely beautiful. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it, because I absolutely did. Almost. The weird thing is, I didn't know if approach mode was armed. Like, I was hitting it, but and I could see it actually started the descent and everything, but I don't know. So we're just going to take a look at some of the aircraft over here. Probably going to try and park in between these two Hawaiian Airlines flights here. Yeah, didn't even have a marshal there to bring me in. Don't feel special at all. It's okay. Alright. So here we go. All set. Alright. And we'll get our external power, wheel chocks. Open the door in the back. Get this on, beacon off, and cue the engines.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
Alright, and that is it, folks. This airport looks absolutely freaking amazing. I sometimes just stunned at what these developers and designers do for Flight Simulator, like just really bringing this place to life. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? Okay. This one's taking off. That was sort of loud. Just ruined my my ending. But anyway, thank you so much for checking out the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you see fit. And I will be back with a new video sometime soon. In the meantime, make sure you stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.